Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Phil,
I'm Natasha.
and we are so glad that you joined us for another episode of Fully Connected. So guys, today we wanted to answer a question that we've gotten asked by a lot of people who have come across our services. So for those of you who don't know, we teach couples and individuals how to learn to dance from their home.
Yep.
So we do online dancing. And the question that we get asked is it really possible to learn how to dance online? And the answer is yes, and also no.
So we're going to unpack that a little bit.
So here's why it's a no. So we recommend online training for anyone who wants to start learning how to dance because it is definitely possible. With the caveat, you need to make sure that you are picking the right resources for your learning. And of course, that is what we do. So,
There may be a little bit of a plug here, okay? We're just going to come right out and say it. When I was doing research, I don't know, a year ago or so, trying to decide, is this the right direction for us to take dance? Because we really want dance to be more accessible to the general public. More people should be able to access dance. And so we were trying to figure out, is this the direction we should be going with our business? And when I was looking up dancing from online, there was virtually nothing. Virtually nothing. I found a few classes in a couple of places after you really dug for it, and none of it had a lot of structure, and none of it had any kind of feedback or any kind of coaching or any kind of once you've purchased the course, you're just kind of going to float and hope that you make it or sink and not make it. There wouldn't be any kind of interaction, feedback, guidance after the course had been purchased.
Mm-hmm. And one thing is,
Sorry, yeah, no.
No, one thing is definitely true. When you want to learn how to dance, you need guidance,
Yeah.
right? It is such an all-encompassing art and skill that you can't do it without someone there to give you feedback and guidance.
So in those cases, can you learn online? Probably not. And I think that's part of the reason why people are so hesitant.
Yeah. I like to call that the YouTube it method, when you just go online, you look up YouTube lessons and
hope for the best.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, right, if you have dance experience, you can certainly go online and you can learn using YouTube. We find fun stuff that we're like, oh yeah, we'll incorporate that. That people will show us dance videos like, oh, I want to learn that, and we can take that into ourselves and we can adapt it. But if you're a new person off the block and you have no idea how to dance, you are going to want to be very careful because you got to know how to differentiate good information from very bad information. And we say this because one of the most common injuries for ballroom dance instructors, one of the most common injury for ballroom dance leads is they have to have surgery on their right rotator cuff, because in that philosophy, even though it's very technical and very precise, they don't teach people how to safely connect with their partner, right? And when you go and you learn online with a YouTube video, they're going to be showing you things and you're going to get a perception based on what you see. And because they're not really getting into the nitty-gritty and explaining it, you might actually end up injuring yourself. And so that's one thing you definitely want to avoid.
Right, yeah, definitely. So when we're talking to these people who are saying, can I really learn to dance online? Okay, talking about other people's courses, maybe not. Talking about our course and teaching the way that we do, yes, we do believe that people can successfully learn to dance from the comfort of their own home without the hassle of scheduling and all those other problems that people face when they're trying to make themselves get to a studio. From online. Yeah.
One thing we would say is that most online dance courses are essentially just YouTube videos put behind a paywall. That's not what we want for you guys. We have a whole lot of people who love the guided feedback that we give them, and it makes such a difference. We'd love to see more people doing this. Mm-hmm. So from our side of things, our encouragement to you is make sure that if you are going to learn online, you have guidance and you have professional feedback. Mm-hmm. It's very, very important. So is it possible to learn how to dance online? Yes. as long as you have the right system of support in place. Someone who's going to encourage you, someone who's going to point out how you can do it better, and who's going to give you really personalized feedback.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what does it look like to try to do dance from a course online in your own home?
That is a great question.
Yeah.
So let's say that you have just purchased an online dance course. The habit for most people would be to try to eat up as much of that information as quickly as possible, which you're excited to do, so it's perfectly understandable. Some courses will end up giving you hour-long training sessions, and it's like, well, I can't finish this right now. I've got to go feed the dog, or I have to take care of my kids. There's just no time, right, for a whole hour lesson.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, we put all of our information in lessons that are 20 minutes or less. So bite-sized, digestible. You can do it for a short little bit of time, and then you can go back to doing your daily routine, right? It's like a little snack break, but it's a dance break.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. And the second thing is to have an organized structure, right? There's nothing wrong with structure in dance. You just want to be careful that you don't overstructure, because we don't want to get ourselves into the place where we're like, well, there's only one way to do this.
Right.
That's not true. There is one safe way to do everything. That's for sure, right? With how to do certain movements, certain turns, there's safety is key. But when it comes to styling and appearance and all kinds of musicality, there's a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
And so we actually, when we create our course, we have different explanations. Like, okay, well, in this particular area of the world, you might find that it's more like this. But when you go to dance here, well, this is what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, let's talk about one particular caveat that is very important, right? An online solution can't meet every need. And here's one need that it can't. You're going to get to a point in your level of advancement where the information you're learning is so minute, it's so specific. And we're talking intermediate or advanced. So this is like, for most people, years of training down the road. But for the first several years of training, you can definitely be learning online.
Mm-hmm.
But for those of you who are more advanced, you need an in-person solution, which you can then take and learn from home and practice from home. That is what we do with all of our training. We will train with instructors who are located across the country or on the other side of the world or hours and hours away from us. And then we take their information, we take the notes, we take the feedback, and then we apply it for ourselves in home.
Yeah.
And so that is also a solution that we're working on. We haven't gotten there yet, but hopefully in a couple of years, that'll be something that we'll be able to do for people. It's like, hey, you've been learning with us online. You're doing really well. Part of this community. Here is our next in-person retreat. Come on out. It's located here. Here's a package that covers your airfare and all that stuff. And I'm saying this because this has always been something I've wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea of like those, awesome retreats where everybody gets to get together. So
by the time you're ready for the advanced stuff, we'll be ready to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you're watching this video and you haven't started yet, check out our course. Just simply go to learndanceathome.com and you'll be able to get started today.
Yeah, definitely. From the comfort of your own home.
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching that video. We hope you liked it. Please go ahead and let us know you liked it by clicking the like button, and feel free to share with your friends. Mm-hmm. We really appreciate that. It helps us get found.
You can also comment below about what you thought, and you can subscribe to get more great content.
Mm-hmm. And if you watch this video and you're feeling inspired and you would like to learn how to dance, well, that is what we do. We teach people how to dance right from their own home. And we have a really simple, easy web address for you to find. It's simply learndanceathome.com. So go ahead and check that out. We would love, love, love to have the opportunity to teach you. So thank you so much for watching. This is Phil
and Natasha
with Fully Connected.